Hey fellow city planners, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Infection Free Zone, Episode 7, Growing Pains. At the start of the stream, we're going to be working on the priorities that we left off on last stream. We had built a kindergarten, so I can take the kindergarten off that list. We're in the process of building a repair shop. It's almost done. And the repair shop, so the kindergarten like educates your children, raising morale, so there should be a little bit of a morale boost once that goes in full swing. The repair shop automates some repairs, which is really nice because otherwise you have to like shut down a facility. And then we're also building the cannery, and the reason for the cannery is so that we can preserve food, so that the food that we grow and hunt does not go to waste, which is also very important. Another thing that we were planning on doing is spreading to the west. Basically, we have fundamentally outgrown our wall footprint already, and I was thinking of capturing some of the, like this street of buildings on the west here, just beyond our gates, so that we can expand, because trying to build buildings from scratch is really, really expensive.
Waiting orders, receiving. Operator.
Alright, where is all of these squads?
Ready for action.
So we have Bloody Death Squad, who's basically our base camp,
We're on the move.
and Wishbringer Squad is here as well. Let's send Wishbringer Squad out to grab... what do we need?
Construction complete.
We're really good on food. We actually have a lot of food, an excessive amount of food. Maybe I will have them search adjacent zones that have knowledge.
Receiving. Waiting orders. Waiting orders.
And Kwemi, I'm going to have you sent out
We're on the move.
for the same reason.
Let's do it.
Building work done.
So we have two squads at home. The Bloody Death Squad.
Waiting orders. Operator. Ready for action.
And Dead Squall is the squad of mostly defending. So maybe I'll send Bloody Death out as well. Because I think at this point, a lot of our bottleneck is really just the lack of research that we have. And pushing research ahead will allow us to advance our little society more quickly.
Enemy group approaching. There are some infected around here.
Alright, there's armed raiders, 4 of them. And I'm just planning on driving by them. I'm not planning on like hanging out and having them shoot at me or whatever. We'll just make the most out of it. Now, if I do need to conscript a whole bunch of people for base defense purposes, which is entirely likely, I can always do that. We have 44 weapons, 3 of which are AKs, so if I have to whip together a base defender, that's totally fine. Louie and Turtle, and the other Turtle, thank you for the resub the bits. Cheers. So now we've repaired all of the walls that we have, but I think, as I was just saying, it's going to be important for us to add some more buildings so that we don't have to manufacture buildings from scratch. So we did just get the research that we wanted, which was the ability to make fuels. Because fuels was the only thing that we were kind of finite on and dwindling. We don't have a lot of fuel supplies here at home. But before we actually add the fuels in, I do think the wall needs to come first. So let's set up a brick wall from here out, and then probably a gate. Actually, I don't really like how I placed that. Are multiple walls, quadrants helpful? I'm not really sure what you mean, but a wall's a wall. The Horde has to destroy walls to attack you, so it's helpful if you place them well. Alright, and we'll do another metal gate. Here. Let's attach it like that. So I'm trying to add this sort of like neighborhood to our territory. That way we have room to expand for canning, for the other facilities that we're inevitably going to add. Drag the wall down here. Drag it over there. Maybe put a gate in this area. I'll cancel that one. Place a gate somewhere around here. Perfect. I think there's a broken down car that might be blocking this wall, but We'll see.
Building adapted.
There is that lamp post. We'll just go right through it. And connecting it to the original wall is going to be a little challenging. It might not be a straight shot. It just needs to be locked. Because these walls have like a minimum length requirement. So they could be, there we go. No, not quite. That's good enough. Doesn't need to be perfect. Just need to be insulated. So take a look at the materials up here. We have 174 bricks left to build. And once we have most of the structure of this outside wall, this unnecessary duplicate wall can probably go bye-bye. A lot of our workers right now are just about done cutting up this forest here. And the repair shop is now done. I am going to hire, let's say, 2 workers for the repair shop. And we have a group of neutral group coming in who probably want shelter.
Operator.
Alright, in terms of my research scouts, all 3 groups...
Sir, we've encountered a group of people willing to join us.
Yeah, let's accept
Send
them.
them in.
All 3 groups of scouts have gotten to their zones without too much fuss, I think. Let's see.
Operator.
No injuries.
Ready for action.
No injuries.
Waiting orders.
No
Proceed.
injuries. Yeah, they're all set. That's great. And taking a look at the research projects that we have ahead of us, maybe what I'll have you guys do is decide what to research next. So in terms of medicine, we'd be able to research first aid so that we can treat injuries more effectively, or drugs production so that we shorten the recovery time for those that are wounded. For communications, it would just be weather forecast, which predicts weather for the weather trends going out. Chemistry allows us to produce fertilizer, produce bullets, or produce polymer armors. Arms would be initially for pistols. Construction could be for advanced woodworks, which would offer us housing, or advanced metalworks for plate armor or defense. For food, we could do greenhouses, fermentation, or efficient cooking, and infection for symptomatic treatment in order to aid those that are ill. So have you guys vote on that, and that's not where the poll should be, so there we go. 2.5 minutes on the poll there for you guys to vote on.
We're on the move.
Oh, Quemi, I did not mean to do that.
Going there.
You stay there.
House is infected.
Unfortunately, having moved Quemi, I forced them into another horde fight.
Ready
Should
for
be
action.
fine, they have plenty of ammo.
Stop working.
Reporting.
Start
Reporting.
finding down for some rest.
And the day/month is over. And the Dead Squall group is going to be joining us. Great. I think what I want to do is pare down the amount of researchers working on research so that I can ramp up the wall construction. Adding a whole bunch of more people building this wall so that we can get this
Let's do it.
neighborhood incorporated into our current settlement more quickly. Alright, so who's screaming more ammo? Or no ammo?
Operator.
You ran out of shotgun. Okay, that should be fine. There's still other people with ammo.
Operator. Ready for action.
It looks like chemistry seems to be the popular option, but I'll leave the poll up a little bit longer. I might go ahead and just fire all of the researchers in lieu of employing them as builders for now, just so that we can get this new neighborhood, because we're really quickly outgrowing where we currently live, and I think it would be beneficial to have some room to grow. So that's everybody. So we're also building a warehouse over here and a cannery here. Cannery is almost half done. The warehouse is only like a 10th done. And then we're trying to deconstruct this building, but there's no one currently working in that. But that's where a lot of our iron is coming from. And then this building is where our bricks are coming from. So we have metal and bricks coming from these two deconstruction projects. And there's plenty of other deconstruction projects around, which will yield really high quantities of that kind of stuff. Alright, we have horde noises. And that usually means we get attacked in force.
Reporting. Ready for
So what I might end up doing is changing where people work. And alright, it does look like chemistry is won by a little bit. Alright, there's a horde coming from the northwest. So Dead Squall, you are going to move that direction. And I'm considering conscripting some of my citizens in order to defend against a horde. But because we do have the wall and the gate, it should be fine.
On my way.
Can you reverse the deconstruction if you end up wanting the building? I think once you pull resources out of there, no, but I'm not entirely sure. I just imagine if you want to actually rebuild it, you need to put all those resources back in, and that might be a lot.
They're breaking into our building.
They got smoked. Oh boy, there is a horde of dogs coming to this corner.
Going there.
I did manage to get the defenders into the building first. So they're in the warehouse, but we are getting overrun a little bit. So I think what I'm going to do is draft up some conscripts. So I'm going to pull 4 from the cannery here, create a new squad, and this is a temporary squad. But they all, 3 of them spawned with AKs. Okay, this shelter is getting shredded. I was not expecting a dog squad.
We're on the move. Operator, let's do it. We need backup.
Alright, I had the temporary squad, like, act as bait, trying to pull the dogs off of the building that was almost destroyed.
Roger.
And they're cleared. Sketchy, but, like, it's okay. So we're going to disband that temporary squad.
Operator.
Dead Squall's all reloaded and ready to go. And then that temporary squad is going to be rehired in the cannery construction. So we do have 2 wall sections, 1 broke, 1 damaged. And then we have this shelter got pretty smoked, but it's still intact. Zombie dogs are pretty effective in that you can't really outrun them. They're very fast. And because of this cookhouse, the dogs broke the line of sight going around the cookhouse here, so that the defenders in this warehouse didn't have a clear line of sight. Oh, that's going to be a problem.
Attack.
Pathfinding's a little weird
We're under attack.
because I'm in a car. I could have had them ditch the car, I guess. But now that it's daytime, I have to, like, equally worry about, like, human raiders. So those zombies are dug in. I'm not too worried about those. Is the schedule on my website accurate? Should be. For the away teams.
Ready for action.
Construction ready.
Wow, they have not found research stuff really at all.
Ready for action. Ready for action. Operator, ready for action.
They found
Operator,
fuel and ammo. I
ready for
don't...
action.
Alright.
Receive
Is what it is. If we have to make our own research, that's fine.
Area cleared. We finished construction.
If the Star Sector episode hasn't aired... Oh, that's weird. The scheduler must have been bugged. Alright, I'll try to correct that while I stream. You know, just to make my life harder. So, digital noises, hello?
Hello? Please respond. Over.
The noises continue. Switch channel. The noises fade away.
Chief, I think I know what it was. It was the sound of a frequency-hopping radio. Coded message, military grade. We won't be able to decode that. I think we should wait until they try to contact us directly.
Okay.
Okay, let's wait then.
We finished construction. Construction complete.
Building work done. Construction ready. Building work done.
Okay. We are definitely fully insulated again. We fixed the broken wall that that got busted out, which is good. And every citizen right now is...
Purposed.
Which building got adapted? Oh, the warehouse. Good. So we're running out of warehouse space. And we're starting to get some unemployed people again. So I'm going to put the unemployed people, as they finish up the wall construction tasks, back into, like, the deconstruction of the building, because we used a lot of bricks in this project.
We need more resources.
Yeah, because they're complaining that they're out of bricks. A surprise to no one, because I knew that this project was going to be relatively expensive, and, well, here's the cost coming back to us.
We finished construction.
Okay. I don't really want to break down
Construction complete.
this barrier wall until the outside wall is done, so I'm going to keep it in, which I think makes sense, even though it would help to recoup some of the brick cost. I'd rather just be patient and safer. And the cannery is very close to being done. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull some of the workers on the cannery off the cannery to put them into the deconstruction to the brick building so they can source bricks a little faster.
Ready for action.
So the away teams are 54%, 57%, and 59% done scavenging.
Ready for action. Reporting.
And the dead squad here is in a car, just like hanging out and waiting for targets. Hopefully I won't have to draft
Going there.
I won't have to draft anyone in order to keep us well defended. Time will tell. Looks like it's going to be a proper compound. That's the hope. Once it's done. So, you guys voted for chemistry. I'm going to queue up fertilizer as soon as I have free people to work in the sciences. So, build a repair shop is done. So, build a cannery and research fertilizer.
Receiving.
Our building is under attack.
So the repairman shop is also out of bricks, which is one of the main reasons why the buildings that took damage haven't been repaired. So brick is a big bottleneck that we're going to definitely try to solve as quickly as we can. The gates have, well, I wouldn't call them necessarily built-in defenders, but they do have defenders. So each gate can have up to 4 people with guns defending it, but they're actual citizens that you hire. So if you click on a specific gate, you can see assigned workers 4 and assigned weapons assault rifles. So in this case, the metal gate defenders on the east only have handguns. To the south, they have handguns, but to the northwest, they have AKs. Most of the attacks have been coming from the northwest. Ideally, I would like all of the gate defenders to have the best possible weapons, but that's just not all that realistic until we start manufacturing them ourselves, because it's relatively hard to find a bunch of AKs sitting around. Is there a brickery? No, I don't believe so. So some materials like wood metal and bricks have to be scavenged from the world and not manufactured. Unless I am mistaken, I don't believe... Yeah, I don't think that there's a way to make those materials from scratch as far as the research tree goes. So some things like secondary munitions, you know, and medicine and fuel can be made, tools, etc., but not base resources. I believe that's how the game was designed. Wonder where you choose what types of guns you get. So if I click like pistols, they would swap to pistols. And you can always tell individual squad members to change their weapons out once they've returned back to HQ.
On my way.
So having going into HQ here, you know, if I click a squad,
Ready for action. Roger.
I can tell them here to exchange goods with the HQ and individually assign specific weapons, armor to them, etc. So you can make those decisions for your squad members. And also for gate guards, they don't have armor, but they do have weapons that you can choose. I'm going to get the dead squall. So unfortunately, I think this gate that was under construction is going to take some damage as a result of that
Going there.
horde. Maybe what we'll try to do is to station ourselves inside of the this abandoned building as a temporary measure to defend. Buildings in progress still are targetable from zombies, so the zombies will still try to destroy them.
Let's do it.
You know, even if it doesn't really hold much strategic value. So even having partial walls can be helpful in that way. So in terms of the gun availability, I don't believe that geopolitics takes much of a role.
Reporting.
In terms of the differences of regions, it's far more about weather and building density, but you'll find guns anywhere. For game balancing reasons, because certain countries, like Japan, for instance, if you wanted to find a firearm, well, good luck, you're not going to find any. Or the UK, or, you know, so, and that would definitely break game balance pretty considerably, so instead, you know, guns aren't related to the gun policies of a specific country. Because we're on Australia, post Port Arthur, right? There wouldn't be a lot of guns here. Okay, it's a new day. So hopefully our 21 brick deconstructors will be able to source the bricks we need to finish the wall, and then we'll break down the old wall and expand into these buildings here, which are all of pretty good size and should yield the resources that we need to survive. So in terms of the other raw resources, we are going to be going through our wood supply pretty quickly, I think. Because we use wood for a lot of other things, like the cookhouse and also all the repairs that we're affecting. So I'm going to set up another gather wood zone here, knowing that currently no one is working in it, but as soon as we have the means for someone to work in it, you know, we'll get them employed to that thing.
Going there. Enemy group approaching.
All right, enemy group approaching. So we have
Reporting.
raiders from the southwest.
Hello? Does anybody hear me?
I hear you.
I hear you. This is the infection-free zone.
Thank God. I've lost all hope. I I need help. I'm sick.
What help?
What help do you need?
I need...
We'll help.
Okay. I'll send a squad to you as soon as I can.
Many thanks. You're a lifesaver.
Where are you?
Please, state your location.
I'm staying at...
Construction complete.
Okay. I'm not going to send any Dead Squall out that way right now because I don't have another squad to guard home.
Construction ready.
So it's going to have to wait until some of the away teams are
Orders.
back to help. I could also recall them early, but
For action. Receiving. Operator.
Quemi is 95% done, so I think that's probably like soon enough that I'll just be patient and wait. Does doubling up the squads in a zone speed up looting? It's not really looting that they're doing, it's mostly scavenging, but yes. The more scavengers you have, the faster the work goes.
Building complete.
This wall...
We're running out of resources.
So in order to phase out the old gate, I am changing the weapons that they use. So the actual defenders are going to the nearest warehouse and switching what weapons. Additionally, I'm going to adapt this building here to be a warehouse. And likewise, this one as well. I like to put warehouses near the gates so that any of the defenders that I have can also reload their guns at the warehouse.
We've swept the area.
Okay, expedition complete.
Reporting.
Return home.
Let's do it.
So Quemi total is coming home.
Operator.
Wishbringer found more stuff that they could fit in their car.
Operator.
And... oh, come on.
Receiving. Reporting.
Bloody Death is almost done with scavenging as well.
Receiving.
So once Quemi's home, I can send Quemi out to the survivor in need. And offer them aid. Joker, thank you for the resub. And Merps too.
We're
Welcome,
running
welcome.
Out of resources.
Out of food rations. Who said that? Oh, the cannery. Oh, yeah, okay. So the cannery got built, and they are canning with steel. They're essentially taking the cooked food and stick it in the metal cans. And we really don't need as many canneries, cannery workers as we have. So I am going to reduce their workforce considerably because, well, I don't need a bunch of people sitting around twiddling their thumbs. And we'll employ these new guys in the forestry workers. Because I'm really low on wood and it's only going to go down from here. Pretty reasonable, I think.
Construction complete.
Alright, there's only maybe 6 or 7 wall segments left to be done.
The day's toil is over. Get some rest.
And Quemi is en route,
Receiving.
as is Wishbringer. Wishbringer finished scavenging, but needs to make multiple trips in order to grab everything. Oh, raid group, how big are they? 2?
Waiting
I'm just going to send Quemi home instead. I don't think I really need to reroute Quemi to deal with the raiders. The raiders will be dealt with anyway. Is it reasonable to build a north gate? I don't really drive north. So cars, if you're wondering, cars tend to stick to the roads because if they drive on the roads, they move faster and they don't take as much damage from off-roading. So I've planned my gates in the city around such that they line up more or less with the road systems. And because north goes to this very small cul-de-sac, I don't really need a north road for that reason. I failed to mention this last stream, but as you can see, all of my gates are like along previous road systems just for speed and accessibility. And I don't know if it's in the patch or in the game plan for development, but at least for now, you can't build roads. Like you're stuck with whatever roads you inherit from the town you decide to build in, which means you got to plan around the pre-existing infrastructure because you really can't build some things on your own, like bridges and roads. It would be cool, but you know, maybe it's out of scope of this game. I don't know.
Ready to head back to HQ. Receiving.
Okay,
We're on the move.
they managed to get one textbook, despite the fact that it was like a textbook zone. And Wishbringer's coming in as well.
Waiting orders. Ready for
So
action.
Quemi, let's have you go over to the sick person. I know it's like nighttime, but I don't really care.
On my way.
Oh, it's also a weather forecast clear, I just noticed, which means there's really not going to be any hordes out and about anyway.
Operator. Waiting orders.
So I suppose it's totally fine. There's not much risk.
Enemy group approaching. Take him down.
Rude. Shot at by raiders. Oh, he really got shot too. He got clipped.
Sir, we reached the survivor. It was too late for him. He attacked us just as we entered the room.
That's too bad.
Roger.
Thanks for the report.
Roger.
Well, we got a lot of canned food. Dude was hoarding.
Operator. Operator. Waiting orders.
So Wishbringer's heading back out to retrieve the rest of the stuff that they found scavenging-wise. And I'll have all the other squads redeploy as soon as maybe they, like, repair their cars. Or, well, actually, Bloody Death's vehicle's fine. It's 977 out of 1,000. Alright, Bloody Death, where are you gonna head? I was hoping to get more research, but, like, clearly that trip sucked. So I'm just gonna...
Hostile group incoming.
I don't have a lot of intel about what's out here. It's a bunch of question marks. So anywhere is fine. So Bloody Death is gonna go back to the north.
Waiting orders. Ready for action. Ready for action. Receiving. Ready for
And
action.
Quemi, let's have you hang out in the infirmary.
Going there.
I mean, if you get hurt, might as well heal you before I send you back out.
We're on the move.
So all of the bricks here in the deconstruction zone are just about deconstructed. So there's almost no bricks left. And then as soon as this is deconstructed, I'll put some of the builders back onto the warehouses. Well, there's enough on the warehouses. So I think what I'll do is I'll put them back into the research and push ahead with our research into fertilizer. One of the bottlenecks that you'll find for large colonies is food. And you need to manage your food well. Because especially if you don't have greenhouses, it's hard to feed yourself in the winter. So,
Inside.
so we have stockpiled a fair amount of food, but we don't want to get complacent, right?
Waiting orders.
All
We're
right.
on the move.
So Wishbringer will join the zone next to Quemi,
Waiting orders.
and next to Bloody Death,
Ready for action. Waiting
while
orders.
Quemi heals. There's still 7 buildings to repair. I hope they make repairs to this shelter. So, how many people do I have to shelter? The headquarters living quarter capacity is just about full,
We've got work to do.
which means we are going to need a new shelter soon. I'll pick this one. It housed
We're
the
running
most
out
people.
of resources.
Building.
Chief, we just found a dead animal, but the thing is, it was literally shredded to pieces. It couldn't just be some ordinary infected. There are teeth marks on its skin. They look like dog teeth.
Okay.
Stay alert.
Building adapted.
Well, that's, sounds a little problematic.
Ready for action. Waiting orders.
We've already had to
Waiting
fight
orders.
some zombie dogs, so that's not really a new development.
Operator.
But it's worth being reminded that, yeah, we got to be really careful about who and what we engage out there. This is the last wall needing building.
Construction ready.
There we go. And now this old wall will be broken down. A lot of the people that were originally in the brick deconstruction crew went to the metal deconstruction crew, so they're going to be repurposed here in a minute to research instead, because I don't really need that much metal. So all of you guys will go to wood for now, because we're basically out of wood, which means we're unable to cook stuff, which is a problem. And then as soon as they get a little bit of wood, we'll put them back to
Stop
research.
working. Start winding down for some rest. We need more resources.
And I think the repairman shop is having trouble keeping up with the repairs due to the fact that I'm out of resources.
Waiting orders. Reporting.
All right, Quemi's squad is fully healed, but I think given what happened with the wall breach already, I'm going to leave 2 squads at home. I think that's probably, you know, better safe than sorry.
Won't hold much longer.
We must have, we must have looted some more AKs, because we have 7 AKs, not 3. So I'm sending out people to grab more AKs.
Another one incoming.
Heads up.
There are some infected dogs incoming fast.
All right, let's engage them.
Shoot them down.
Won't hold much longer.
And this is also one of those cases where you can have a vehicle as lure, because enemies will chase a vehicle over attacking a wall, so you can kite enemies around with a car. And the faster the car, the better, obviously. So, whereas vans are really good for scavenging teams, sedans and sports cars and the like are much better for defenders.
Let's do it.
The van does have more HP, though. But moving speed and being able to outrun your pursuers is, I think, cannot be understated at how important that is.
We are out of resources.
I had 8 AKs in 1 gate alone. There's 4 here. Yeah, this gate had some. I'm gonna put some AKs over here too.
We're missing resources.
Alright, Kwame, where do I want to send you? I'll keep you at home. So the northwest gate is AKs now, as you can see. The northeast gate is pistols. The south gate is AKs, and the southwest gate is 3 AKs. I'll just have 3 people working there until I have another AK to give out.
Wrap it up, folks.
Man, that was the shortest day ever. Thank you for tuning in to Infection Free Zone, which originally streamed live on Twitch, February 25th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patron, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow survivors.